Yo. Yeah. October 16th, 2021. Halfcast. 161. Episode 161. Let's go. I'll take the copyright claim. This shit is fire. Happy Saturday, y'all. Hope everyone's evening is going well. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Let's have at it. Black state trooper in Louisiana faces termination after accusing colleagues of murder. And this is very unfortunate because these are the type of cops we need. These are the type of people in the legal system that we do need. And nobody said that this is going to be that doing the right thing doesn't come without its sacrifices. But it speaks volumes to the people that see that there are still good policemen. There are still good people in the legal field. There are still people in law enforcement that if they see something that just resonates with them, it just doesn't sit right, that they can't just sit around and not at least speak up and say something. A Louisiana state trooper who accused colleagues involved in the death of Ronald Green of murder and alleged internal cover-up says he was notified he'll be fired. Yeah, and that's fucked up. Carl Cavalier gave an interview in June to CNN affiliate WBRZ-TV in Baton Rouge. During this interview, he describes what he believes was an internal cover-up to protect the troopers involved in Green's death on May. And this is some good old boy shit that if you're not down to look the other way, if you're not one of us, this is family, this is La Familia, whatever you want to call it. On May 10th, 2019, Green died in the wake of a police chase with Louisiana State Police near Monroe, Louisiana. Green's family said they were told by LSP that Green died in a car crash, with body camera and dash camera video released to the public 2 years later tell a different story of what happened. Yeah, they try to sweep it under the rug. Two troopers involved in the incident were reprimanded for their actions that night, including for not following procedures of body-worn cameras. A third was terminated for violations regarding body-worn camera and car camera systems, use of force, performance, lawful orders, and for conduct unbecoming an officer, which his superiors probably did not want to even throw a flag on the play at all. They were hoping that, I guess, that it would probably get swept under the rug, because for you to get away with that, somebody high up has to be in on it. Yeah, there's no cops, like there's no like regular patrol and beat cops that's just going to cover up a crime that magnitude. Like, yeah, somebody high up has to be really so. Yeah, somebody high up has to be doing the covering up. Cavalier, who was black, filed a lawsuit in September against LSP, where he alleges his complaints were ignored and several of his superiors racially discriminated against him for years. And thank you for, even if you knew that it might cost you your career, probably you wanted your whole life. People want their whole life to be a police officer. And when they get inside those type of ranks and see what's going on, they be like, this ain't it. And yeah, woman raped on Philadelphia train. Bystanders should have done something. And yeah, this is starting off dark. I got to give it to you. This is starting off dark. And this is what you call in psychology, this is what you call a diffusion of responsibility. And what a diffusion of responsibility is, it occurs when people feel less responsibility for taking action in a given situation, because there are other people who could also be responsible for taking action. So if two people see something happening to one person, there's a 50% chance that one person will ignore it, and another person will jump in to do something. And three people, 30%. And as it goes on, the more the people, then you get these crowds of folks that are just watching something happen, something horrific happening, and everybody's looking around at each other like, well, is somebody going to do something? And yeah, diffusion of responsibility. There's so many people. There's 100 people out there. Why do I have to be the one to step in and stand up and stop this? That's diffusion of responsibility. Is especially likely to happen in relatively ambiguous situations, but I think it's worse now. This has always been around. This has always been a psychological term. But what's worse now is that people are just they think doing their part is, and doing your part sometimes is recording on your phone, but doing your part also maybe sometimes is like hey, get off of that girl, or stop that. I seen a video a while ago about a guy that was trying to actually kidnap a woman at a gas station in public, and people were so shocked to see it happen. Everyone was looking at each other like, well, who's going to do something, until somebody finally snapped out of it. And yes, that is the fusion of responsibility. Um, Bystanders who witnessed the rape of a woman on a suburban Philadelphia train should have, according to police, Fiston Ngoy, who is known to Upper Darby Police and Southern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority alike, has been charged with rape, aggravated indecent assault, and related counts, according to Delaware County court records obtained by Associated Press. The assault, all of which was captured on surveillance footage, occurred Wednesday night on the Market Frankfurt line. Upper Darby Police Department Superintendent Timothy Bernhardt told AP. There was a lot of people, in my opinion, that should have intervened. Somebody should have done something, said Bernhardt of the footage. It speaks to where we are in society. I mean, who would allow something like that to take place? So it's troubling. Fair enough. Officers were called to 69th Street Terminal around 10 p.m. that night after a nearby employee of the SEPTA reported something wasn't right with the female passenger. The woman who Bernhardt called unbelievably strong was located by transit authorities waiting at the next stop, and they subsequently took her to the hospital. Though the woman told authorities she did not know the attacker, she did give the police a great deal of information, and nothing, said Bernhardt, nothing. She's on the mend. Yeah, wow. Look it up to read further on that. It's called Diffusion of Responsibility, and it actually can, you get stories, you get tests. People are actually capable of watching someone get murdered, and like, yeah, and the fact that everybody's like, well, why aren't you doing anything, and he's not doing anything? Why should I jump in? And you're waiting, and meanwhile somebody's dying. Ex FBI agent questions wisdom of conducting police training in Brian Laundrie search area. Are you sure we're looking for this guy? And you're training in the search area? Yeah. Now, all the who wants to? I bet you we find out like 3 years later that he was dressed as an officer in training, and further further taught him how to duck these people. The fact that we haven't even had a bead on where he could possibly be makes me further believe that he's in a storm cellar under his parents' property somewhere, getting milk and grilled cheeses every evening. A former FBI agent questioned the way local authorities are searching for Brian Laundrie, the fiance of Gabby Petito, at the Carlton Reserve in Florida. According to News Nation Now, the Carlton Reserve is also being used for police training to help hide to help hide Brian Laundrie excuse exercises amid the search. It is an important location for the authorities, as the reserve is the site where Laundrie said he was going hiking on September 13th, but never returned. It's not that. The North Port. I already expressed my utter disappointment in how this search has gone. That I can't find this guy. The Northport police, by this time, he hasn't at least turned up dead by now. The Northport police on Friday, which really leads me to believe that he's closer. He's hiding right in your face. He's one of the cadets now. He's like one of the old movies, knock a cadet over the head and take his uniform And on Friday, he had carried assault rifles as they were searching the reserve, but then packed up and left. News report, in all my years as an FBI agent and FBI SWAT operator, we never conducted training in a location that was a known crime scene or a location where a legitimate search for a fugitive was being conducted. Fair enough. I do know MPPD policies, retired FBI agent Jennifer Coffender wrote on Twitter Friday. She said, in all my years, I've never seen such a stupid. The latest search for Laundrie comes almost 1 month after his family reported him missing September 17th. Last week, Laundrie's father, Chris, was asked to join law enforcement in their search for his son. Yeah, put the 40 down and help us find your boy. Next up. Yeah, he's sitting there copying the shit that you, he's sitting there learning how to survive in the wilderness off your training guides. Texas National Guard soldiers fired upon across border by suspected cartel gunmen, authorities say, and they have been taunting these people. They have, if you don't know, the cartel on the border has absolutely no respect for homelands, for whatever, the border patrol. They have no respect for them. And if you rub them the wrong way, they'll kill you on border patrol. National Guard, anybody who's just watching the border, who's trying to like get involved with that business. I even came across an article where they said they were recruiting kids and recruiting kids to bring them up on the front lines to shoot these people, to shoot these border, because you know why? They have money and they have guns. They have the manpower and the firepower and the money to pretty much fight with the National Guard. They might be able to take on the goddamn, if they get organized enough, they could take on the National Guard, kill a few soldiers if they get angry enough. And they said they were on the border, I think it was like last week, said they were taunting them. You tell them about the gun line, boss. Texas National Guard soldiers on the southern border were fired on Thursday by suspected cartel gunmen from Mexico. Authorities said Friday the soldiers were in Roma, Texas, when 2 shots were fired from across the border to Texas. The Texas Department of Public Safety said the suspected shooters are believed to be gunmen from a drug cartel. The incident occurred in the same area where Fox News witnessed tracers from a suspected cartel machine gun while embedded with Texas Rangers. They letting them. The area in question is part of a bloody turf between the Gulf Cartel and the Northeast Cartel, an offshoot of Los Zetas, one of Mexico's most violent organized groups. No injuries were reported in Thursday's incident, and the Texas Rangers are investigating. Heavily armed groups are becoming a more common sight along the Texas-Mexico border. Authorities said they have always been over there poking across the border and doing all types of activities. What's next? If you like the show, if you like the podcast, like and subscribe, comment. Let me know you're rocking with your boy. Harlem man arrested after allegedly punching woman, striking 5-year-old child. And these are this is what I don't understand, is these police officers lose their job for like headbutting, kicking, and I don't think anybody would care if you really want to kick a perpetrator, kick this guy right here. Yeah, kick him and break his jaw. Do whatever. Please don't kick him and break his jaw. Don't listen to me. But you get it, right? You're being unnecessarily rough with people who pretty much you should have just given him a ticket or something like. But this jerk right here, Harlem man arrested after allegedly punching woman, striking 5-year-old child. Why don't you hear about these people being the ones that accidentally get kicked in the head while they're being put in a police car? A woman and her young child are recovering after they were attacked on a busy Upper East Side street. Moments after the vicious attack, the cries of a small child rang out on East 86th Street near Lexington Avenue. Cell phone video shows a man police have identified as 52-year-old Harlem resident Terrence Sackton being handcuffed and arrested. It also shows the victim holding a bottle of cold water up to her bruised face. It happened just after 11 a.m. on Thursday. Police say Saxton walked up to the 35-year-old woman from California and her two young kids. He was mumbling and cursing, but the woman tried to get her kids to safety, and that's when cops say the man punched her once in the face, then struck the victim's 5-year-old son. Why? I was shocked. He could have been disturbed, but still, it's still fucked up. I was shocked. I was really shocked. Witness David Solomon told CBS 2's Nick Calloway. Solomons was nearby and took videos on his phone. Diffusion of responsibility, because you've seen that man attacking a woman and two children, and trying to defend. Yeah, that's also diffusion of responsibility. A group of people, you're just going to take pictures of it, right? You're not going to at least run up and say, "Hey, leave those people alone," something, right? A group of people saw the attacker trying to walk away, and I'm not saying to blindly jump into the fray and put your own life in danger. No, but there could be more done than just going and taking pictures while somebody is getting pummeled that can't really defend themselves. Yeah, a group of people saw the attacker trying to walk away and stop them from going to a nearby subway station. They escorted Saxton to a bus bench, and moments later, cops showed up and handcuffed him. I'm surprised the guy didn't get pummeled. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I really, please don't, no violence. I really thought somebody was going to take him out. Solomon said, "Yeah, but it wasn't you, right, Mr. Picture Guy, Kodak Man." Witnesses praise the Good Samaritan. Yeah, I'm glad they showed up because he really had one coming if they wouldn't have came and got him. Yeah, right, one of them type of motherfuckers. Witnesses praise the Good Samaritans for stopping the attacker from leaving, but the incident left some longtime neighbors rattled. I'm an actor and I always play a detective and stuff, so it's like my first nature. Who's that? Who's that? But that's kind of me. People make fun of me because I'm like that, but actually, I think I have to be. Who the hell is this? Harlem. Always somebody. You give them a you give them a microphone, and now she's. We talking about a woman and her kids got assaulted, and this woman is in the inn, and CBS News gave her the mic too. Talking about I'm an actor. Yeah, trying to plug her business real quick. Get out of here. Fun show, fun show, fun show. I know I'm a little late tonight, but if you like the content, once again, get the notifications so you can take this ride with me again next time. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.